Jeremy John Irons is an English actor. After receiving classical training at the Bristol Old Vic Theatre School, Irons began his acting career on stage in 1969, and has since appeared in many London theatre productions including The Winter's Tale, Macbeth, Much Ado About Nothing, The Taming of the Shrew, Godspell, II and Embers. In 1984, he made his Broadway debut in Tom Stoppard's The Real Thing and received a Tony Award for Best Actor. Irons's first major film role came in the 1981 romantic drama The French Lieutenant's Woman, for which he received a BAFTA nomination for Best Actor. After starring in such films as Moonlighting, Betrayal and The Mission, he gained critical acclaim for portraying twin gynecologists in David Cronenberg's psychological thriller Dead Ringers. In 1990, Irons played accused murderer Klaus von Bar One Quarter Low in Reversal of Fortune, and took home multiple awards including an Academy Award for Best Actor. Other notable films have included Kafka, The House of the Spirits, The Lion King, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Lolita, The Man in the Iron Mask, The Merchant of Venice, Being Julia, Kingdom of Heaven, Eragon, Appaloosa, and Margin Call. Irons has also made several notable appearances on TV. He earned his first Golden Globe Award nomination for his breakout role in the ITV series Brideshead Revisited. In 2005, Irons starred opposite Helen Mirren in the historical miniseries Elizabeth I, for which he received a Golden Globe Award and an Emmy Award for Best Supporting Actor. From 2011 to 2013 he starred as Pope Alexander VI in the Showtime historical series The Borgias. He is one of the few actors who won the Triple Crown of Acting, winning an Academy Award, an Emmy Award and a Tony Award. In October 2011, he was nominated Goodwill Ambassador of the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. Early life: Irons was born in Cowes, Isle of Wight, the son of Barbara Ann Brereton Brimmer, a housewife, and Paul Dugan Irons, an accountant. His Dundee-born, paternal great-great-grandfather was one of the first Metropolitan policemen, and later a Chartist. One of his mother's ancestors had been from County Cork, Ireland, where Irons lives as of at least February 2011. Irons has a brother, Christopher, and a sister, Felicity Ann. Irons was educated at the independent Sherborne School in Dorset. He was the drummer and harmonica player in a four-man school band called the Four Pillars of Wisdom. They performed, in a classroom normally used as a physics lab, for the entertainment of boys compulsorily exiled from their houses for 2 hours on Sunday afternoons. He was also known within Abbey House as half of a comic duo performing skits on Halloween and at end-of-term house suppers. Acting career: early work: Irons trained as an actor at the Bristol Old Vic Theatre School and later became president of its fundraising appeal. He performed a number of plays, and busked on the streets of Bristol, before appearing on the London stage as John the Baptist and Judas opposite David Essex in Godspell, which opened at the Roundhouse on November 17, 1971 before transferring to Wyndham's Theatre, playing a total of 1,128 performances. Television: he made several appearances on British television, including the children's television series Play Away and as Franz Liszt in the BBC 1974 series Notorious Woman. More significantly, he starred in the 13-part adaptation of H. E. Bates' novel Love for Lydia for London Weekend Television, and attracted attention for his key role as the pipe-smoking German student, a romantic pairing with Judi Dench in Harold Pinter's screenplay adaptation of Aidan Higgins' novel Langrish, Go Down for BBC television. The role which brought him fame was that of Charles Ryder in the television adaptation of Evelyn Waugh's Brideshead Revisited. Brideshead reunited him with Anthony Andrews, with whom he had appeared in The Polizers 7 years earlier. In the same year he starred in the film The French Lieutenant's Woman opposite Meryl Streep. Almost as a lap of honour after these major successes, in 1982 he played the leading role of an exiled Polish building contractor, working in the Twickenham area of southwest London, in Jerzy Skolimowski's independent film Moonlighting, widely seen on television, a performance which extended his acting range. In 2005, Irons won both an Emmy Award and a Golden Globe Award for his supporting role in the TV miniseries, Elizabeth I. A year later, Irons was one of the participants in the third series of the BBC documentary series Who Do You Think You Are? In 2008 he played Lord Vetinary in Terry Pratchett's The Colour of Magic, an adaptation for Sky One. On November 6, 2008, TV Guide reported he would star as photographer Alfred Stieglitz with Joan Allen as painter Georgia O'Keeffe, in a Lifetime television biopic, Georgia O'Keeffe. Irons also appeared in the documentary for Irish television channel TG4, Fo Lantroil, in which he learned to play the fiddle. On January 12, 2011, Irons was a guest star in an episode of Law & Order, Special Victims Unit called Mask. He played Dr. Cap Jackson, a sex therapist. He reprised the role on an episode titled Totem that ran on March 30, 2011. Irons stars in the 2011 U.S. premium cable network Showtime's series The Borgias, a highly fictionalized account of the Renaissance dynasty of that name. Irons portrays Patriarch Rodrigo Borgia, better known to history as Pope Alexander VI. Film. Irons made his film debut in Nijinsky in 1980. He appeared sporadically in films during the 1980s, including the Cannes Palme d'Or winner The Mission in 1986, and in the dual role of twin gynecologists in David Cronenberg's Dead Ringers in 1988. Other films include Danny the Champion of the World, Reversal of Fortune, for which he won the Academy Award for Best Actor, Kafka, Damage, M. Butterfly, The House of the Spirits appearing again with Glenn Close and Meryl Streep, the voice of Scar in The Lion King, Die Hard with a Vengeance co-starring Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson, Bernardo Bertolucci's Stealing Beauty, the 1997 remake of Lolita, and as the Musketeer Aramis opposite Leonardo DiCaprio in the 1998 film version of The Man in the Iron Mask. Other roles include the evil wizard Profen in the film Dungeons & Dragons and Rupert Gould in Longitude. He played the Arab Morlock in the film The Time Machine. In 2004, Irons played Severus Snape in Comic Relief's Harry Potter parody, Harry Potter and the Secret Chamber Pot of Azerbaijan. In 2005, he appeared in the films Casanova opposite Heath Ledger, and Ridley Scott's Kingdom of Heaven. He has co-starred with John Malkovich in 2 films. The Man in the Iron Mask and Aragon, though they did not have any scenes together in the latter. In 2008, Irons co-starred with Ed Harris and Viggo Mortensen in Appaloosa, directed by Harris. In 2011, Irons appeared alongside Kevin Spacey in the thriller Margin Call. In 2013, it was announced that Irons would appear in A Magnificent Death from a Shattered Hand. In 2014, Warner Brothers announced that Irons will play Alfred Pennyworth in Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. Theatre. Irons has worked with the Royal Shakespeare Company 3 times in 1976, 1986, €87 and 2010. In 1984, Irons made his New York debut and won a Tony Award for his Broadway performance opposite Glenn Close in The Real Thing. After an absence from the London stage for 18 years, in 2006 he co-starred with Patrick Malahide in Christopher Hampton's stage adaptation of Zahan Damari's novel Embers at the Duke of York's Theatre. He made his National Theatre debut playing Harold Macmillan in Never So Good, a new play by Howard Brenton which opened at the Lyttelton on March 19, 2008. In 2009, Irons appeared on Broadway opposite Joan Allen in the play Impressionism. The play ran through May 10, 2009 at the Gerald Schoenfeld Theatre. Other ventures, audio, Irons read the audiobook recording of Evelyn Waugh's Bride's Head Revisited, Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist, the audiobook recording of Vladimir Nabokov's Lolita, and the audiobook James and the Giant Peach by Roald Dahl. One of his best-known film roles has turned out to be lending his distinctive voice to Scar in The Lion King, serving as the main antagonist of the film. Irons has since provided voiceovers for 3 Disney World attractions. He narrated the Spaceship Earth ride, housed in the large geodesic globe at Epcot, from October 1994 to July 2007. He was also the English narrator for the Studio Tram Tour, Behind the Magic at the Walt Disney Studios Park at Disneyland Paris. He also voiced H.G. Wells in the English version of the former Disney attraction The Timekeeper. He also reprised his role as Scar in Fantasmic. He is also one of the readers in the 4X CD boxed set of The Fairy Tales of Oscar Wilde, produced by Mark Sinden and sold in aid of the Royal Theatrical Fund. He was originally to star as the Phantom in a 2006 French musical adaptation of Gaston Leroux's novel The Phantom of the Opera, though the project was cancelled. He will be the narrator for Val Kilmer and Bill Pullman's Lewis and Clark film from Revolution Studios. He serves as the English-language version of the audio guide for Westminster Abbey in London. Irons has served as voiceover in 2 Big Cat documentary films by National Geographic, Eye of the Leopard, which was released in 2006, and The Last Lions, which was released on February 18, 2011. He also currently narrates the French-produced documentary series about volcanoes, Life on Fire. The series premiered in the United States on January 2, 2013 on PBS, though the 6 episodes were previously released in France from 2009 to 2012 with a different, French-speaking narrator. Music. In 1985, Irons directed a music video for Carly Simon and her heavily promoted single, Tired of Being Blonde. In 1994, he had a cameo role in the video for Elastica's hit single Connection. Irons has contributed to other musical performances, recording William Walton's 4-section Aid with Dame Peggy Ashcroft, Stravinsky's The Soldier's Tale conducted by the composer, and in 1987 the songs from Lerner and Lewis My Fair Lady with Dame Kiri Te Kanawa, released on the Decca label. Irons sang segments of Be Prepared in the film The Lion King. After his voice gave out toward the end of that musical number, Jim Cummings took over as Scar's singing voice. He sang a selection of Noel Coward at the 1999 Last Night of the Proms in celebration of the 100th anniversary of Coward's birth. In 2003 he played Frederica German in a New York revival of Stephen Sondheim's A Little Night Music, and 2 years later appeared as King Arthur in Lerner and Lewis' Camelot at the Hollywood Bowl. He performed the Bob Dylan song Make You Feel My Love on the 2006 charity album Unexpected Dreams Songs from the Stars. In 2009, Irons appeared on the Touchstone album Winter Coast, recording a narrative introduction to the album. Recording took place in New York City, New York in February 2009 during rehearsals for his Broadway play Impressionism. Personal life. Irons married Julie Hallam in 1969 and subsequently divorced. He married Irish actress Shaina Copyright Cusack on March 28, 1978. They have 2 sons, Sam, who works as a photographer, and Max Irons, also an actor. Both of Irons's sons have appeared in films with their father Sam as the eponymous hero in Danny, Champion of the World and Max in Being Julia. Irons' wife and children are Catholic. Of himself, he has stated, "I'd own a unregistered trademark T go to church much because I'd own a unregistered trademark T like belonging to a club, and I'd own a unregistered trademark T go to confession or anything like that, I'd own a unregistered trademark T believe in it. But I try to be aware of where I fail and I occasionally go to services. I would hate to be a person who didn't a unregistered trademark T have a spiritual side because theory a unregistered trademark S nothing to nourish you in life apart from retail therapy." Irons owns Kilco Castle in County Cork, Ireland, and has become involved in local politics there. He also has another Irish residence in the Liberties, Dublin. Irons is a patron of the Chiltern Shakespeare Company. Irons was bestowed an honorary life membership by the University College Dublin Law Society in September 2008, in honor of his contribution to television, film, audio, music and theatre. Also in 2008, Irons was awarded an honorary doctorate by Southampton Solent University. Activism, charity work. At the 1991 Tony Awards, Irons was one of the few celebrities to wear the recently created red ribbon to support the fight against AIDS, and he was the first celebrity to wear it on screen. He supports a number of other charities, including the Prison Phoenix Trust and Evidence for Development, for both of which he is an active patron. In 2010, Irons starred in a promotional video for the 1 Billion Hungary Project, a worldwide drive to attract at least 1 million signatures to a petition calling on international leaders to move hunger to the top of the political agenda. He also provided the narration of the documentary Sahaya Going Beyond, about the work of the charity Sahaya International. Politics. In 1998, Irons and his wife were named in the list of the biggest private financial donors to the Labour Party, a year after their return to government after 18 years in opposition. In 2004, he publicly declared his support for the Countryside Alliance, referring to the hunting ban as an outrageous assault on civil liberties, and one of the two most devastating parliamentary votes in the last century. In April 2013, Irons was asked by HuffPost Live host Josh Zepps his opinion on the fight for same-sex marriage in the United States. Irons responded, "Could a father not marry his son?" Zepps responded with an argument that laws against incest prevent such a union. Irons argued that it's not incest between men. Incest is there to protect us from inbreeding, but men don't breed, and wondered whether same-sex marriage might allow fathers to bequeath their estates to their sons to avoid taxation. On the issue of advocates calling for same-sex marriage as opposed to civil unions, he said, "It seems to me that now they're fighting for the name, and I worry that it means somehow we debase, or we change, what marriage is. I just worry about that." He later clarified his comments, saying he was providing an example of a situation that could cause a legal quagmire under the laws that allow same-sex marriage, and that he had been misinterpreted. He added that some gay relationships are healthier than their straight counterparts. Alternative medicine. He has been criticised in the British Medical Journal for his fundraising activities in support of the College of Medicine, an alternative medicine lobby group in the UK linked to Prince Charles. Work, theatre. Following training at the Bristol Old Vic Theatre School, Irons initially stayed with the company. Filmography, awards and nominations, references. External links: Jeremy Irons at the Internet Broadway Database, Jeremy Irons at the Internet Movie Database, Jeremy Irons, the authoritative website, Jeremy Irons at the British Film Institute Screen Online, Jeremy Irons profile by The Daily Telegraph.